There are some places that never really leave you, no matter how much time passes or how many buildings rise and fall in their place. For me, that place will always be that stretch of 2nd Avenue and 9th Street in Columbus, Georgia, right across from the old courthouse. As a child, I didn't see it as history. I saw it as something grand, something permanent. The red brick stood strong and warm in the Georgia sun, and that dome, topped by Lady Justice, felt like it touched the sky. I didn't know then that anything that solid could ever disappear. I just remember being small, standing on those grounds, playing without a care, never imagining I was walking across something that would one day only live in memory. Inside, it felt like stepping into another world. The wooden trim work, polished and rich with detail, wrapped around you like a story being told without words. The staircases seemed enormous, leading upward with a kind of quiet importance. And those marble floors, cool, smooth, and endless, felt like they had been there forever. As a child, you don't analyze those things. But you feel them, and somehow, they stay with you. Years later, when the tornado took Lady Justice from the top of that dome, it felt like more than just a piece of metal being lost. It was like the first crack in something you thought was unbreakable. Still, the building stood, until it didn't. Progress came, as it always does. The decision was made to move forward, to bring Columbus into a more modern age. A new courthouse rose behind the old one, state-of-the-art for its time, built to serve a growing city. And when it was finished, the old courthouse, the one filled with marble and memory, was torn down. Just like that, a chapter closed. For years, that new structure stood tall, the highest point in Columbus, a symbol of what the city had become. Until, one day, even that changed. The skyline shifted again when the Aflac Tower rose above it, marking another moment where the future quietly stepped past the past. And now, here we are again. Time has done what it always does. The building that once represented progress is now showing its age. Systems are failing. Space is limited. The needs of the city have outgrown it. And so, another decision has been made, another transition. Another structure will fall to make way for what comes next. I've lived through 3 of these chapters. That's something you don't really think about when you're young. You assume the world you see will always be the world that is. But time has a way of reminding you otherwise. Buildings change. Skylines evolve. What was once modern becomes outdated. And what felt permanent turns out to be anything but. Still, there's a part of me that goes back to that first courthouse. The one with the dome. The one with Lady Justice watching over the city. The one where a child once stood, not knowing he was standing in the middle of history. I can't help but wish it had been preserved. Not for function, not for efficiency, but for memory. For identity. For the simple reason that some things deserve to remain, even if only to remind us where we started. It will be hard to watch the current government center come down. I've walked through those halls too, for reasons that mark different seasons of life. It may not have the same ornate beauty as the one before it, but it holds its own kind of history, my history, and the city's. And someday, years from now, someone else will stand where I once stood. They'll look at whatever building rises in this new era, this 2026 version of modern, and they'll remember it as something permanent. Until it isn't. They'll tell their story, just like I'm telling mine now. And somewhere in that story, whether they realize it or not, the past will still be there, layered beneath every brick, every beam, every decision to move forward. Because cities don't just grow upward. They grow through the people who remember what used to stand before.